Hey, finally today, the PBS show This Old House has started airing episodes that they filmed right here in Detroit. The home improvement series stepped in to help homeowners renovate a house in the Russell Woods neighborhood. The show's co-host Kevin O'Connor spoke with me about the city's revitalization and my own rehab project.
Stephen Henderson is an editor at the Detroit Free Press. He grew up here in the city, and in fact, this is his childhood home. Hey there, Stephen.
Hey, Kevin.
Nice
How
to
are
meet
you?
you. All right.
Good to see you.
So, what happened to your house?
Yeah, well, like much of the city, it has fallen on pretty tough times. Disinvestment and abandonment have come to visit on my home, just like so many other houses around the city.
So you grew up here? You lived here?
I did. I was born here. We lived here until my parents divorced when I was about 2. I moved downtown with my mom and my sister, but I was here every weekend with my dad till he died in the mid-1980s.
And if you look beyond all of the blight, it looks like a pretty nice house. Was it growing up in?
It is a very typical house for this part of the city, built in the 20s and 30s for the growing number of auto workers who had money in their pockets and needed places to live.
And we have seen substantial working class homes like this all throughout entire neighborhoods.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's because of the prosperity that was Detroit.
It was the auto industry. I mean, at one time we had, I think, the largest number of single-family standalone homes and home ownership of any city in America.
So it's a middle-class metropolis.
Yeah, yeah.
So what happened?
Well, the auto industry turned out not to be the safest bet over 80 years. I mean, we had a really good long run of that, but deindustrialization and disinvestment really changed the picture there. Disinvestment in our cities, the turn away from the city and toward the suburbs, so that you get to 1990 or 2000 and we've lost almost 1 million people in the city of Detroit. And neighborhoods like this fell into the disrepair that we find them in now.
So we've come here to do a project, and we've actually heard some glimmers of optimism, reasons why people are excited about the return of Detroit. Is that going on? And
yeah, I don't think there's any question that there's investment, there's new investment and interest in the city, but now people are turning toward the neighborhoods and starting to think about what's happened here and what's happened to the people who live here. There are still lots of people who live on this block who've endured all of this. What's their future look like?
And what does the future look like for your childhood home?
Well, for over 4 years, I've been able to put together a plan to make it a little better than this, I hope. I've got a grant from the Knight Foundation to create a professorship at Marygrove College, which is not too far from here. That person will work there, they will live here, teach at the college, and use this as a literary center for the students at the college as well as the folks up and down the block.
So you were going to restore and refurbish this house?
We are.
Good news. Well, we're going to join that effort as well, and we're pretty thrilled to be here in Detroit to work on a house of our own.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.